What the business is, YouTube, it's Tommy Sauce, bro. We back at it again today. Today, list of topics, how working graveyard saved me in my 20s. So, I've been working graveyard since 18, basically. I'm 25 now. Once I hit 18, I basically was just straight working graveyard shifts. Man, my first graveyard shift was when I worked security, and I was a fire watch. I didn't know what that meant. I was the first time working security. So I was just like, they're like, hey, you're on fire watch. I was like, okay, for surely I'll work fire watch. And then so I ended up working fire watch. And I didn't know what that meant, but I was just standing outside buildings, making sure it didn't burn down. Just checking in every hourly reports or whatever, and I didn't know. But I ended up constantly working graveyards and graveyard shifts and graveyard shifts. Why? Because I feel like at night I be overthinking anyways. I might as well get paid for my overthinking. So that caused me to adapt to the graveyard shift. And of course, the graveyard shift is different for everybody. That might be that a graveyard shift is just different for everybody. Some people like it, some people don't like it, some people feel like it's cool. It all depends on what type of person you are. Me personally, graveyard shifts just save me because because I'm always up at night anyway. So I'm always up at night thinking I might as well get paid for my overthinking. So I'm working in these environments and different type of settings and stuff like that, from security to engineering. I'm working graveyard. And I always made sure, because I also want to have fun in my 20s, I always made sure my graveyard shifts were never interfering with my weekends. So Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I never worked graveyard shifts. Just to add that as context, bro. Because I never would work graveyard shifts because it's like I don't want that interrupting my time, my personal time. You know what I mean? I work Sunday to Thursday and stuff like that. Or if there's nothing going on this weekend, maybe I'll work graveyard. But for the most case, I'm not working graveyard. But graveyard is a very fun shift, bro, if you ask me. Some people feel very differently about it. They're like, oh, it's boring. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I can't do that. But what they usually will tell you when you work graveyard shift is it messes up your sleep schedule. It messes up your process in life. If you black like me, they'll tell you that we're not meant to work nighttime, but we're meant for the daytime. But me personally, it doesn't matter about that, bro. I'm not thinking about my race while I'm working. I'm thinking about money in my pocket while I'm working. So that's what it is at the end of the day. You can tell me whatever, bro, but graveyard shift has been one of the most beneficial things in my life, man. I be up at night all the time. So it might as well be productive while I'm at this time rather than sit and be in my feelings and wonder about life and whatnot. And like most people in my 20s, I would work from 11 to 7, 10 to 6, 12 to 8, all kind of shifts differently. With my security job and my engineering job, I would work various shifts, bro, because I didn't care. I was flexible. I've never had kids. I don't have kids right now. Not that I know of, but yeah. So graveyard shift, and also like what I love about graveyard shift is I grow up so much just as a person. I would just be solo or either working with people. I would just majority of the time be solo, especially in security. I'd be put in a position where I would be by myself, so there's nothing really to worry about. But you know, some people work in environments where they're around people and stuff like that, somewhere they don't want to be, and I've done that too. I work graveyard shifts at UPS. I work graveyard shifts at warehouses, bro. And then that shit ended up feeling like kind of like that. It woke me up for real. I'll be honest. Working graveyard shifts at warehouse and like introduced me to life because I'm meeting people that got real situations going on. When I was 20, I had a supervisor. I was 26, 27, getting on me, and I was like, bro, what are you getting on me for? But reality was he had a whole bunch of stuff going on behind closed doors that I wasn't even aware of. So I'm 20 working at this warehouse, and he's constantly getting on me. I end up talking to somebody else. They're like, hey, so they're like, I gotta be honest, bro. He got child support payments, stuff like that. You gotta remember, I'm 20 and I don't have kids, so this job is just for fun. But for him, this is his life. So that's why he's constantly really on me and stuff like that. It's not like I'm not doing it, but I'm trying to like get adapted to stuff. So that's just what it is, man. Working graveyard though is really you gotta be built for it or it's not meant for you. I've always been built for graveyard. I love graveyard because I can focus on my life in the daytime. I could do other things, stuff of that nature. Some people, when they work daytime, they're so used to being like, I don't have time for the day and stuff like that because I've been up all night. But it depends on what type of person you are, for real. It just depends. Me personally, sometimes I got days where I just want to go home and go to sleep. Sometimes I got days where I'm just wide awake. And at the end of the day, what does it really matter, bro? Time is going to keep going whether you think so. What does it matter? At one point in my life, from 2020 to 2023, I worked damn near 80 hours a week, bro. I work 80 hours a week like it was nothing. I don't got no kids. I don't got nothing. What do I care? It's money in my pocket. Maybe a little less than that. Maybe like 75 or whatever. But it's money in my pocket because I'm not really doing nothing anyway, especially working graveyard. And they put you in a position where you might just be in front of a computer and stuff like that. You're not really doing too much. So might as well progress your life. I used to work graveyard and was going to school and everything, bro. Everything. I used to work graveyard. I was going to school, working on other certificates, all type of stuff while I was working graveyard. So graveyard is just a very fun shift, in my opinion. You just got to get used to it or be accustomed to it. It's not meant for everybody, but for someone like me, it was very beneficial. Yeah, man, graveyard ain't meant for everybody, but it's very beneficial, man, if you're the right person, man. Don't let other people try to dictate you or like stir you away from it. If you feel like you're the type of person that stays up and you a night owl, then do it. If it's something you feel like you're not used to, then don't do it. Currently, I work day, so I'm not at night anymore, but I can tell you, like, working nights definitely saved me a lot because I would go out, I'll still do stuff. I still had a life, basically, working this graveyard shift, while some others might feel like, bro, I can't do nothing. It's because their certain schedule wouldn't cooperate with their life, so that's why they feel like they can't do nothing. But me personally, I learned a lot during day shift. During night shift. I would learn a lot. I was thinking about myself. I was connecting with myself. Everything I could think of was coming through when I was working graveyard shift. And at the time, I've always had women in my life, so it's not like I had to stress about that. I'd be up later down on FaceTime with whoever I was talking to. We'd be talking about whatever, or she'd fall asleep on the phone, and I don't care because I got a computer. So she just on FaceTime. If you ever have FaceTime with a girl, you know, like, bro, she'll fall asleep out of nowhere, wake up out of nowhere, bro, and be on the phone. You'd be like, bro, what's up with her, bro? She'd be like, I'm not asleep. I'm asleep. Like, dead asleep. But you at work, so you wide awake, so you're not really, like, stressing too much about it. But, yeah, graveyard shift has been very beneficial. Don't ever let anyone stir you away from being in graveyard shift. Graveyard shift is very fun. It's very cool. Especially if you're younger, bro, and you don't got nothing going on. It's graveyard shit. It's cool, bro. It gives you time to get paid for your overthinking, so just think about that. It's Tommy Sus, bro. I'm here, though, but I'm gone, though. Till next time.